I love the fresh air at this altitude, but I'm not so sure I like the view. He may be huge, but he's still a little baby at heart.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Oh, I get it.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket!
Easier not to be right.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Oh my God! Einhorn is a man.
Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war. But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross?
If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. Right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time.
Moderate rock.
My friend, the views and the opinions on the Man-Child Show are that of the casting crew only. Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Man-Child. Man-Child. Blurring the line between tech and fun. Man-Child.
It's been once said that you can judge the size of the white devil's soul by the size of his sword. Chichi Kalon, Milwaukee, you've been swept away. Grandfather once told me that they would sit around the fire talking to our ancestors. They would speak of Aikuaikuaine and Shakamofinaane. Shakamofina Anane, Shakamofinane. Grandfather once said, if she's old enough to bleed, then she's old enough to breed. They would sit around telling stories of the way the world once was. Grandfather would never see a day. Shakamofina Anane, Shakamofinane. Grandfather always said I would be a man-child. And grandfather was right. At you like Bill Cosby after finding one last missing roofie under his mattress. Welcome to episode 2 of season 4 of The Man-Child Show. We've got an exciting show for you tonight, and by exciting, I don't mean the kind that Grandpa would get after kicking back a few shots of moonshine and convincing himself he wasn't related to any of the kids in the house. You are now in the Man-Child Zone. Oh, and by man-child, I don't mean the kind that takes place with a Subway mascot in the early hours of meth-induced masturbation marathons. Let's get this started. I'm your host, Vintendo, and joining me tonight, like always, is the rest of the Man-Child Show crew. Starting with the return and warm welcome to my lovely sidekick and co-host, Jilly Bean Flicker. How is it going, Bean?
Hey, baby. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's so great to hear that voice of yours. What happened to you? Where did you go?
I took an internship at IHOP.
Oh, no shit. So you're that lady that's like, you want more ashes with that ranch doll? Is that what you're going for or no?
Or nah.
So we're glad to have you back. This is a fresh new season, and you know it's almost like you were never gone. The mattress, the tear-soaked mattress, dried up a little bit, but you were always here in spirit. You know.
You know what? But you still didn't call me at all.
Yeah, well, I stopped calling and you stopped ovulating, so I figured it would be like two wrongs make a right. You know.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, whatever the case might be, you know, just like being next in line at the methadone clinic, I'm really glad to have you back.
I missed you guys.
I missed you too.
Group hug.
Yeah, right, group hug and a little pinky promises that we won't tell anybody about this. Speaking of back, he's the reason they started to fall asleep in the middle of fellatio like a paper cut that makes you nervous at Freddie Mercury's house. Blessed are the ones that least know his thunderstick. With a level 12 masturbatory-induced leg cramp, the one, the only, Reverend Sir Chano, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, Rev?
Well, thank you for having me back, Tendo.
You know, it's always a pleasure having you around. That beard also, you know, doubles as like, I don't know, I hide things in there.
Yeah, I think it grew like 2 inches since last time.
It did grow through. It's really nice. You don't got those split ends anymore. You look a lot less stressful.
What do you think? Should I braid it?
You should do something with it. You know,
beards are sexy.
Right, you should make a little swing so Bean can hang from it. It'll look like a weird ornament around Christmas time. But I'm glad to have you back, Rev. You know, Rev, you're a true legend in my book. Like the one guy in high school that always was showering after gym in the locker room. They say that you get to meet your friends when you're young and that you end up getting to know them throughout your entire life. But I will
that's
tell
where
you,
the magic thunderstick came in.
Exactly. But I will tell you guys one thing. Not everybody was able to make the kind of money that the Reverend made in the gym locker room showers. God bless that holy wood. Speaking of wood, even if I tried, I wouldn't even come close to comparing to a shriveled up olive at best. Our newest crew member and co-host comes packed with enough manhood to make us all look like we're standing around here with an oversized clit at best. His Facebook page gets taken down more than most of my late night Craigslist ads, letting it be known and hearing it all. The one, the only OJ. How is it going, OJ?
What's happening, man? That right there was too much. I'm gonna have to watch my around you, man.
And ironic, we didn't expect to pick up OJ last minute, so we gave him Bean's Game Boy microphone. So if you guys hear a little bit of difference when OJ's talking, you know, this microphone is so goddamn good that you think it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean? How's it going, OJ? We're really happy to have you on.
About to freestyle for you, but
oh, you're about to freestyle for us. You know, go ahead. Don't let me stop you from doing that.
No, because I don't want nobody trying to battle rap me and stuff like that. We're going to keep it in the studio. We don't want to go to the streets with this thing.
You got to be careful. You come up missing and stuff like Christopher Wallace.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to waiting on the show to end. I'm going to splurge on a Viagra and a half and run my baby all under some hot water.
You know, whatever the case might be, I'll tell you this much. You know, we're really glad to have you here in the cum dumpster with us and hope that you don't find yourself on the wrong end of the bucket seat or the tear-soaked mattress. But speaking of tears that soak mattresses, some of you might know him from his small-town glory days that always seem to end and never seem to last. A true spoken-word guru at his finest. He's the reason that glass bottles aren't allowed at the beach anymore. Why? Who knows? When? Right now. He's got something to say and we have time to listen. The legend, the masturbatory novelty from the East, the one, the only, Dr. Pistol Pete. How is it going, Petey?
It's going fantastic there, Vintendo. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. Chichi Cologne, Mellow, okay?
Yes.
So, Petey, you just did the Playgirl cover a couple of months ago. Is that right?
Yeah, I just got back. It's really annoying. They keep bothering me for more spreads and,
It's one of those things, Bean, where you don't really want to call bluff on your friend's bullshit. If he says he's in Playgirl, I'm going to believe him. I don't want to see the Chanel,
They pay well. They pay well.
They do pay well.
Word is his bond.
Yeah, and imagine how happy Grandma is when she opens that gift. Like, Peter was in a magazine. Oh, which one? Oh, my God.
Oh, my Peter.
Oh, my Jesus, God. Well, Petey, we're really glad to have you on here. And, we hope that you'll be able to stick around for the season.
Oh, most definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
That sounds like something that Bruce told Caitlin when she tried to trick her into eating the blue pill. Last but not least, the reason the Reverend has been almost Tourette's-like in nature with his up, down, and left rights. He's the backwards voice behind all of your parents' Black Sabbath records. The little voice that tells you to go sacrifice a small child into a blood-filled well. Our dear friend and tonight's special guest host, straight from the Church of Satan, David Harris. How is it going, Dave?
Going on, party people?
This is great. The last time we talked to you, it was your anniversary, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I was calling you drunk from the streets of Manhattan.
Yes, we were going to record it that night, but the Reverend Bean chirped second in the cum dumpster and blew an ass tulip like you've never seen. We had to repair that sucker.
Oh.
Gonna leave a mark.
It's great having you back, Dave. How you been? You're a good old friend of ours and stuff. I've seen that you got some movies and whatnot going on.
Yes, I've got a couple of movies, both of the comedic and pornographic variety. Burning the candle at both ends. Of course, a big one is Vagina Time, which is a comedy. It's not one of the pornos.
It sounds like it would be very serious. Driving Miss Daisy Vagina Time, both on TBS next week.
Countdown to Vagina Town.
It's the story of a wayward stand-up comic who comes up with a catchphrase and it ruins her life.
Oh, my God.
By making her successful.
That's weird because Bean came up with a business proposal in high school and that almost ruined her life.
Shh. Jeez. We're broadcasting live, Nintendo.
That's right. Sometimes I just can't get over myself, and when I do, I almost choke to death when my balls flap over my nostrils.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
So Dave, we got both of these movies out there right now. How are they doing? They're getting a lot of views on YouTube?
Yeah, they're doing all right. They're getting the hits on the YouTubes, and we're going to be entering them in some film festivals, seeing what the public thinks of them. I think they're funny.
Amazing. I wanted to watch it the other night with the Reverend, but he got offended immediately as soon as I was like, Reverend, just sit down. Here's some popcorn in a colostomy bag, and it's going to be a Vagina Time movie. And he's like, no.
He probably thinks it's some kind of feminist construct. Giant monologues.
Exactly. So, how's everything else going, Dave? How's the Church of Satan going? I mean, are they on the up right now? Were they affected by the economy? I mean, are we going to see something pretty interesting here, coming up in the near future?
Church of Satan's always doing well. We very recently, in the last couple of months, celebrated our 50th anniversary of existence.
Wow. Congratulations for that one.
50 years of indulging ourselves and living a carnal lifestyle.
50 years of scaring the shit out of the Reverend.
Exactly.
Oh, look at his face.
We got a lot of weird things going on in the news today. We're looking at some current events here and whatnot. Have you guys been seeing this crazy topic that they were talking about where they're removing the name of genders from like Target's aisles or whatever? There's not going to be a boy section or a girl section. I know the Reverend got confused and he thought he could just walk into whatever bathroom he wanted.
Yeah, I'm only human. I made a mistake.
You do make mistakes. That's right. I mean, have you guys heard anything about this?
I definitely heard about it.
Yeah, it's been all over the news.
I mean, what do you guys feel about this? Because this is a touchy subject. This is like the brand new politics of 2015. Like, what is politically correct and what is not politically correct?
Is it toys or is it bathrooms, Nintendo? Because, you know, two separate things.
Now you're starting to confuse me, and I might take some toys into the bathroom. No, they're taking the signs down, Petey. They want it so you can walk through the way, you know, some of the aisles or whatnot, and it's just going to be unisex. You know what I mean? Like, Red Ryder BB gun now smells like strawberries is what I'm assuming.
Well, you know what? I remember when I was a kid growing up back in the day, I don't remember ever seeing like a boys aisle or a girls aisle.
Was there such a thing? I don't remember.
There really was. You just kind of knew.
Yeah,
it's like, do you
common sense.
Are you really not going to know that, you know, if your son sees a truck and he wants to play with a truck, he's going to run to the truck? If he, whatever, who gives a shit?
If he's picking up Rainbow Bright, then it's a different story. You know what I mean? Like,
he was going to pick
they
up.
Were all grouped together, though. They weren't all mixed together. It wasn't a montage of bullshit. It was, you know, an aisle with dolls and an aisle with, you know, boys' toys. It wasn't, you know.
Yeah, but who's to say that little Bobby can't take home a doll?
It's just weird.
You know,
the Reverend thinks it's weird.
Like,
I took home.
Weird.
I took.
What if he wants to see?
If I ever had a
you know?
son playing with a doll, I'd smack him upside his head.
Oh, Reverend, stop! Stop the
so
insanity!
strict.
You know, when I was a kid, I had He-Man and She-Ra. She-Ra came out. I went and I bought She-Ra. I mean, granted, when I came home, I scratched the paint off her tits to see she had nipples.
Exactly.
But,
like,
you know,
and she didn't.
She didn't have nipples. None of those fucking dolls ever have the parts. Like, you know, I understand playing house, but bitch, I want to play Raw Dog.
Well, the Reverend's kids aren't allowed to have dolls, so when you finally get to see a pair of tits, you don't know what the fuck they are.
What are these weird things in her chest? I don't understand. You know,
You got bit by something.
So I mean, we can, you know, most of us except for the Reverend here, we can kind of agree that, like, who cares? You know what I mean? Let's just call it the toy aisle so nobody gets mad. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it's fine. Who gives a
Do
shit?
it.
Because some people
The Church of Satan doesn't give a fuck.
If the Church of Satan doesn't give a shit, like why like that right there should be enough. What do you think?
Why is this a fucking big deal? Why is this even news?
I know that's
the
what
media is making this a big deal, and nobody gives a rat's ass.
Oh my god, man! But it's kind of creepy because I don't want to, like, you know, walk off into the wrong aisle and get arrested one day because I don't know what the new rules are. You know.
It's because they keep shoving this politically correct garbage down our throat. Everybody can make their own
Stop
decisions.
opening your mouth, you little whore.
It's sizing us up right now just to see what we'll accept. This is a slippery slope. If we start accepting that, then we'll start accepting more, and then, you know, who knows where it'll stop. That's probably why people are thinking about it. But at this point,
Stops
it's just,
when someone says the
you
safe
know,
word.
some useless shit, you know.
Yeah, because the last thing we want to do is accept people. That's just terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Then they wonder why aliens don't come down and join us for Thanksgiving at the Reverend's house. You know? But you know what, guys? It's just something to think about. I know it's something like we got a lot of emails. I mean, so generally we all came to the consensus that the best idea would let's just call it the toy aisle. Let's not question anybody on the way out. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. What do you guys think?
Works for me.
Have you ever been in a grocery store and you've seen the aisle that says foreign food or Asian food? In a grocery store? If they take that down, you know, you'd be in there 40 fucking minutes trying to find soy sauce.
Yeah, because they're making all the aisles ambiguously correct now.
They gotta be ambiguous, you know. You can't put Asian food, you know what I mean? I go to the grocery store sometimes.
That's not
I
the
wanna
correct terminology.
soul
Asian
food. I want to know where to get soul food shit at, but
They're going to remove the gluten-free sign from the bread aisle, and all of a sudden, some poor son of a bitch with celiac disease is going to die.
Oh my God!
Now gluten-free is not the proper one. Now they're going paleo dieting. Back to the
it's getting to the point where for me to offer you something to eat at my house, I have to know a fucking third language, like the one that I learned in Starbucks in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like you walk up to Starbucks and you've got your, you know, you're good. You're good to go. You got your new shoes. You got the new haircut. I'm going to order some coffee, and then the lady says, "Can I help you?" And you're like, "Mocha fiki Milwaukee Chikalawa," and they're like,
"Take a Vini Vidi Vici."
Yes, they're like, "Do you want me to stare at that while I put the strawberry in, or should I close my eyes?" And you're like, "This is fucked. Give me some coffee, lady." You know what I mean? All right, guys, let's take a break, because when we come back, we're going to be sitting down with the Reverend, and we're going to be looking at this. note here letting you know the phone lines are now open. The Man-Child Show hotline, 623-335-0753. Or visit us on our webpage, themanchildshow.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. That number, 623-335-0753. Again, 623-335-0753. The Man-Child Show hotline.
Please hang up and try again.
For him, if you've ever seen Jaws, we're gonna need a bigger boat forever and ever. Let us give thanks to the Holy Chano Thunder Stick and blessing of caps forever and ever. Chano is hard, Chano has risen, Chano will come again.
Oh, would you look at this?
His name is Chano, Reverend Sir Chano, and he's here on the Man-Child Show. He'll eat a shit steak, he'll fuck a pillow, and he's here on the Man-Child Show. Reverend Sir Chano, 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 Chano. His name is Chano, Reverend Sir Chano, and he's here on the Man-Child Show. He'll eat a shit steak, he'll fuck a pillow, and he's here on the Man-Child Show.
Coming back at you right now. That theme song, Reverend, I'm telling you, I hear the first note of that. I keep my mouth open so I can fully indulge in the experience. Reverend, that song moves me. How's it going?
That was just such a powerful sermon right there in the beginning. Freaking incredible.
You really get into that, and for some weird reason, that thunder stick really creates thunder every time you bless the caps of the millions.
It's just ridiculously powerful.
Do you discriminate? You know, bless the caps of the millions. We've been saying this for 3 seasons. There's a lot
ever since high school, it's built up. You know.
Yeah. So ever since high school, we've been blessing the caps of millions. But necessarily, do you discriminate against the uncut worm, or do you you do all dicks? You do like regular one, German war helmet, anteater nose. You do those?
Yeah, I'm kind of down the middle on that.
Yeah, well, you're fucking disgusting, all right? All right, so we're coming over here. We got this amazing new thing. What do you got for us this week, Reverend? It's always true, it's always twisted, it's always Reverend. What do you have for us?
Before I start, I like to say, I'm very fond of the female body, you know?
Okay.
I really am. You know, I like the breastises, you know?
The breasts, not just one, both.
The breastises, you know?
Okay.
I love that. You know, I love this. I love to see the flower and bloom, you know?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I like a girl that has a taint the way I did when I was 12.
I like to have it around all the time, but you know, some guys just take it a little too far. Like they have to have it around all the time.
I guess so.
So,
what do you mean?
that leads us to our next story.
Okay, what do you got for us, Rev?
Well, this Danish man down in South Africa, he was recently arrested. Police went to his house and they found female genitalia, like mutilated female genitalia, in his freezer in little baggies.
In little baggies, he says, to make it cute. You know?
Yeah, little baggies, you know?
I don't even know where that... I mean, David, does this fall into your crazy massacre behavior or no?
No, certainly not. I prefer disembodied breasts.
You know, keep a tit inside the pantry and stuff in case Grandma comes by.
So, you know, like creamer for your coffee. You just kind of pull it out of the fridge. You just kind of squeeze it into your coffee.
How do you explain that? You know, what if they're like, what's that in your fridge? I'm like, oh no, OJ brought me to that weird Asian aisle at Walmart, and he told me it's healthy for me. It's roast beef curtain meat.
That's right. It's off the deli counter.
That's pussy pop.
You know, but it's a very odd blend since it's like from the foreign Asian aisle. That fish that you're smelling is authentic as well.
No, but breast milk is very high in colostrum too. So if you are saving tits and boobs,
Thank you, doctor.
it's very healthy for you.
So wait a minute here. So what are we doing here? Are we mimicking Jeffrey Dahmer, or is this just some kind of new thing? Like, take her home. She's not good enough to marry. You don't know if you're gonna hit it again, but I'm gonna put her pussy up in the freezer box.
So they found mutilated.
Literally freezer box.
Freezer box. That's dope.
No pun intended.
I don't know, Bean, what do you think of this? You're a female. What if you went home and you realized somebody took your cooter and then sitting in the Chano's refrigerator?
Well, they'd be one lucky motherfucker because my shit is like perfect.
I'd suck on that shit like a pacifier when nobody
What
was
a
around.
lucky dude.
OJ, you hear any kind of shit in your neck of the woods with people saving pussies and stuff in the refrigerator?
I've never heard such a thing in my life, but it sounds like pussy pops or hoes in ice.
You want some vanilla bean, you know? So wow, I mean, I'm appalled by this. So Reverend, what happened here? Did he get caught? Like, you know, because they found the other parts? Like,
So he was storing all these mutilated genitalia parts in his freezer. He tried to blame it on his wife. Supposedly, he accused her of befriending witch doctors, and he went to these ceremonies or whatever, and he said he was allowed to film or take pictures of, these women being mutilated.
These ceremonies took place at Hell's Kitchen, New York, right? Church of Satan. No.
So he was trying to blame it on his wife, who he's having a bitter relationship with. And he just kept on telling her to come over and pick these baggies up. The police didn't fall for that, and they also found a lot of child pornography along with that.
Yeah, there's always that in there. You got to always throw that in there because just in case the internet has made you completely immune to anything that you hear, they're like, oh, that's not grossing you out. I'm like, nah, I don't mind if the refrigerator's clean. And then they're like, but he had child porn. You're like, fuck. Now I can't tell everybody about this story.
Right?
You throw child porn in there, you fuck a good serial killer story.
If he had any chance of getting off death row, they just Sandusky the shit out of him. Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know how. If I went over your house or any of you guys' house and I opened up the fridge and there was like a frozen dick, the first thing that comes to mind is, that Petey, that fucker is stuck to the fucking frostbite, kind of like the Christmas story. It's like the Christmas story. Stuck, and then she just rips off the flower like the Reverend calls it.
Yeah, we call it schlongsicle.
You're living like way too close, and it's beyond nuclear power plants and power lines and eating paint chips. Something's fucking wrong with you, man.
Reverend's
this in?
What's up?
Where did this take place?
This was in South Africa.
But he was a Danish man, right?
He was a Danish national who was living in South Africa, yeah.
Oh my God.
Hacking clits off part of just the norm in that part of the world?
I don't know. I've seen a couple of documentaries back in the day, like Faces of Death.
Listen, it's not just that part of the world, okay? Because I read a story about some guy ripping his girl's asshole out the other day.
Yeah, but they use that as like
okay?
I remember that. That was so fucked up.
Wait, what happened here? You ripped out an asshole?
Like, stuck his hand up her ass to his elbow or something, like ripped her ass out.
Yeah, he completely disemboweled her with his fist.
Jesus.
So let's not talk shit about South Africa, okay?
I've sneezed before and sent a little bit of spit on a date and felt bad. I mean, I never thought about ripping her asshole out. I couldn't forgive myself for that ever.
There's something to the extent of she said her ex-husband's name during sex.
I read about that, yeah.
I wasn't there.
I would have been original. I would have grabbed the end of her tailbone and made pretend I was Lion-O from Thundercats.
Thundercats!
I'm just trying to figure out how that's even technically possible to rip an asshole out. Like, how did he fucking think to do that bullshit?
You ever see Braveheart?
Asshole out. What does an asshole look like outside the body?
It looks like somebody. It looks like a balloon knot.
Cue the sound effect. You boys are disgusting.
You boys are disgusting. Just suck my dick, bitch.
It looks like somebody that ate a salty pretzel puckering up to give you a kiss.
Oh, come on.
It's best done with a garden spade.
Dude, to be honest with you, I've never mistaken an asshole. Like, there's no other object you'll ever see in life that looks like an asshole. Like, you'll never get that wrong. You know what I mean? On that note, Reverend, we're running out a little bit low on time, but thank you so much for coming by with this. And, if you plan on having any kind of barbecues and shit, you can count us out of it, because now we know what the secret sauce entitles.
Well, here's the funny thing. This guy was actually charged with sexual assault, intimidation, and breaking South Africa's medical laws.
Why is that that's a funny thing for you? I thought he was getting a chair for that one, Dave.
Is he practicing medicine without a license?
They wrote him a ticket.
Those women get circumcised in Africa, don't they? Like, they cut their fucking clit off anyway as they grow older and shit.
Wait, so it wasn't a whole vagina? It was just pieces of a mutilated vagina?
Right.
Oh, see, we had it all wrong.
That's because he
The
got...
whole time.
They still go by, like, Mosaic Hammurabi's law down there, you know?
Foreskin. Frozen pussy foreskin. It had to look like Doritos.
He said Doritos. You know what it is? You can take that foreskin, OJ, and make a wallet that when you rub it, it turns into a suitcase.
Nice 70s detective act.
This has just gone from front to back and crack to crack on this one. We're running a little bit low on time. Reverend, thank you so much for coming over here and gracing us with this story. Look what you've done to the bean. We're gonna, guys, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna be listening to the episode song "We Are Transgender." And when we come back from that, we're gonna be doing our brand new skit called "The Wheel of Filth." We'll see you guys in a couple of seconds. You killed her, Rev.
I felt like Bruce, time after time. I've tucked my manhood, even taped it to my thighs. I've got some breasts, they cost a few. I've had my Adam's apple shaved off my face. Now goodbye, Bruce. Goes on and on and on and on. We are transgenders, my friends, and we'll keep on changing till the end. We are transgenders. We are transgenders. No time to bruise it, 'cause we are transgenders of the world. I'm taking like vowels. Goodbye, cock and balls. It brought him fame and fortune and everything he blows with. Bruce thanks you all, but now he likes roses. More pleasure, Bruce. He considers a challenge or a disgrace to the human race, but not to the Bruce. It's on and on and on. We are transgenders, my friends, and we'll keep on changing till the end. We are transgenders. We are transgenders. No
phone lines are now open. The Man-Child Show hotline, 623-335-0753. Or visit us on our webpage, themanchildshow.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. That number, 623-335-0753. Again, 623-335-0753. The Man-Child Show hotline.
Please hang up and try again.
Guys, welcome back. I'm really excited about this one. Pete, this skit is going to be one of my favorite ones. I don't know what it is. I really enjoy doing this one with you.
Oh, this is the best one yet, my man.
So here's what we got going for you. We got our special guest, David Harris, here. He's going to be joining the rest of the Man-Child Show crew. We're going to be playing a little game called the Wheel of Filth. And pretty much what this is, we're going to have 3 different words that we hand-selected from the Urban Dictionary. And you guys are going to have a chance to win some exciting prizes by guessing the correct definition.
All right.
Nintendo, me and you play this game totally different.
Well, it's different because I always say to you, you know, if you want me to pack that again for you, you're going to give me a little, you know, and then it gets weird after a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strip Wheel of Filth is so different.
It's a totally different game that we play, David, when nobody else is around, you know? It's the kind of game that I hope doesn't come back to haunt me one day.
No one wants to see you naked.
So here we are, guys, with the Wheel of Filth. We're going to have Bean, Reverend Chano. We're going to have OJ and David Harris as the contestants. Whenever you guys are ready. You guys ready for this?
I'm ready to go.
Everybody has a buzzer, right?
I do.
Okay, then here we go. All right, Peary, spin that wheel! All right, here we go. And the guys, you ready for this? The first word is rusty trombone. Rusty trombone. Is it... Wait, before you guys answer this one, Petey, tell them what they could win.
They get a chance to win a 17-day supply of Crystal Clear Pepsi. The winner will receive the last known crate of Crystal Clear Pepsi. This amazing soft drink is packing over 22 years of diabetic coma-inducing sugar, and best of all, it's been aging like fine wine for the past 2 decades and was last seen gracing the shelves across the world back in 1993. And now it can be all yours if you guess this word. Crystal Clear Pepsi. Just remember, folks, we didn't give it to you.
So there you guys go. You'll have the last crate of Crystal Clear Pepsi. We can't promise that this won't give you the runs for about a month straight, but you will win the last crate of Crystal Clear Pepsi. So here it is, rusty trombone. Is it A, after anal sex that the man takes his dick and draws a lightning bolt across his girlfriend's forehead? Is it B, when someone is rim jobbing your balloon knot and tongue wrestling your brown eye while giving you the good old reach around? Or is it C, the delicate balance art of getting a blowjob while taking a dump? Which one? There you go, Dave. Dave is first. Dave, what is rusty trombone?
B.
That is correct. He got it, guys. Yeah. Correct. So you just literally won yourself a 17-day supply of Crystal Clear Pepsi. Just, don't let anybody know where we got this, because this sucker could be nuclear. I mean, that was amazing. I didn't think he was going to get it that fast, Petey.
You got a 17-day supply of Alka-Seltzer to go with it?
Yeah. It's amazing. So let's move on to round 2 here, guys. It's going to be our second word. Petey, spin that wheel!
I'm gonna get this one.
Here we go. Oh, and the word is the Rambo. The Rambo, guys. Is the Rambo gonna get you this amazing prize, Petey?
You get to win Nintendo's Power Glove. Back in the 80s, this technology-lacking glove was the reason all fat kids took their first steps away from the sofa. Take it from the doctor, folks. Only cool in the movies, and the reason to cry on Christmas morning during the great days of 8-bit gaming. At least now, you can use it to hold a beer while looking like you're ready to whack off the predator.
One ugly motherfucker.
It's the Power Glove, and it's bad, baby.
So here's that chance for you guys to get your hand on that Power Glove. OJ, I know that you were talking. Yeah, Bean, you want this, but you think it's something different. OJ knows it's for the original Nintendo. You know what I mean? So you guys are ready here. So the word is the Rambo. Is the Rambo A, when one climaxes so hard they temporarily lose feeling in their lower lip, talking like Rambo? Or is it B, any part of sex in which feces from one partner is found in another? Or is it C, when you're doing a chick doggy style and you stick your fingers in her ass and paint camouflage stripes on her face? The Rambo. Who will get
I know this.
I'm going to say A.
Oh, Bean got it on that one. Okay, Bean, what is the Rambo?
I think it's C, the camouflage on your face.
It is C! She got it, Petey! So what, Petey, are we going to send this to her immediately, the Power Glove, or can she just have it right now?
I don't even think it has wires anymore, right?
Put it on me, Tendo, put it on me.
Here you go, here, check this out, Bean. What do you think? Check it out, come on, how awesome is that thing?
Yo, look at my fingers.
If anything, she'll look like the coolest person
here,
on a
Rev.
bowling league, you know?
Ready to whack off the Predator and the Terminator.
Does this tickle?
It's not when you fuck
Kind of looks like the Terminator hand.
What was that?
I'm surprised that the Rambo wasn't when you fuck a virgin, you bust her hymen, and you draw first blood.
That's the Rambo jelly donut.
Oh my God. You guys know what the time it is. It's time for the third and final question. And this is going to be the grand prize here. You guys better get ready for this one, okay? So we got the third word. What was that?
I'll take the same shit.
Let's see. All right, guys. Let's definitely spin that wheel right now. Here we go, Petey. And the third word and the final word is Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln, guys. When an unconscious person gets jizzed on their face and gets their pubes cut and applied to their face to form a beard. Or B, the term given to a man receiving head from a woman while he's eating a chili cheesesteak sandwich. Or C, the art of separating the vagina lips and taking a shit inside, only to have sex with that same vagina later. Oh, who got that one? Chano, what do you think, Petey? Who got that one?
Reverend Chano got
The Reverend got, so Reverend, you think it's when an unconscious person gets jizzed on their face and gets their pubes cut and applied to their face to form a beard?
You didn't tell us what the prize was.
Well, the prize is the grand prize. It's a secret, Beanie. Get ready for this, because the Reverend just won himself. Tell him what they won, Petey!
An all-expense paid trip for our winner, +1 to the nicest double padlock hotel in Compton, L.A. You'll be representing one of the 2 local rival gangs in no time. Comes with free Wi-Fi, double enforced windows, and enough chronic to wake your inner Snoop Dogg. The Bronco Motor Inn. You don't just park, you represent.
And don't forget, Petey, free parking is listed on their Craigslist ad and window fan while supplies last. Reverend, you are our grand prize winner.
Reverend, you better bring me with you.
Well, that's freaking off. I can do more preaching down
But
there.
you know what, though? We don't like to send any of the losers home empty-handed. So here it is. You know what it is? Everybody that didn't win gets to go home with 2 grams of an unknown white powder.
Oh, shit.
I just found it and wanted to get rid of it. So I mean, but there you guys go. That's going to be the first wheel of filth that we had. You know, I want to thank all of you guys for trying equally. You know, Dave, I think he had some good, alternative meanings for some of these. What do you think, Petey?
Oh, yeah, he was on point for every one of them. And anybody wanted to know the last one and the third one, that's actually the Alabama Hot Pocket. I wanted to use that one, but...
All right, guys, let's take a break, because when we come back, we're going to be sitting here again with the rest of the crew, and we're going to be actually listening to America's Prostitution with Dr. Pistol Pete.
I'm calling the police now! Call 911 now!
Who the fuck is this asshole?
Prostitution.
I love my country. I love my guns. I love my family. I love the way it is now. And anybody that tries to change it has to come through me. That should be all of our attitudes. This is America.
America's prostitution.
All right, guys, coming back at you right now with, I don't know, that theme song was powerful. It was America's prostitution, and every time Bean was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, is 5-0 coming, you know what I mean? You're here with us, Dr. Pistol Pete, and this is going to be really exciting. So, what do you got for us today?
Oh, I actually had the chance to sit down with one of the weirdest and freakiest people I've ever met in my life. Mr.
My mom.
Well, not quite, but
my dad.
Jamie Grubb, Mr. Buffalo Bill himself from Ohio. I think it was something started with a P, but it was a very, very scary situation interviewing him next to his well while he was spraying his hose and putting on his lipstick and dancing.
That was a great movie. I feel bad even asking this, but everybody here has seen Silence of the Lambs, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins, Jodie Foster.
It's a great movie. I mean, I give you credit.
Scary.
It is. It was scary, Bean, because Pete, he was like, are you serious? I'm like, look, Pete, he said that if you go there and as long as you put something in the basket, you won't get the hose. And I don't know what that means, but you actually sat last weekend with Buffalo Bill and recorded this interview that we have right now, and we're going to play it. What do you think?
May everybody enjoy.
Here we go. All right, Reverend, play that tape for us. In a world full of nothing but podcasts comes a show with a little kinch.
He touched my breast!
Man-Child Show. Bringing you exclusive news before it even happens. We're there when no one else cares. The Man-Child Show.
Tonight, take all your albums, all your tapes, and all your CDs and burn them. Because you know what? The musicians who made all that great music that's enhanced your lives throughout the years, real fucking high on drugs.
And now, another Man-Child Show exclusive.
Has been waiting for since Bruce became Caitlin and Finkel was found to be Ihorn. This is your co-host Pistol Pete coming at you like open eyes of Bill Cosby after noticing she's fast asleep with a pudding pop up her ass. I'm honored and somewhat scared at the same time to be sitting here with your favorite local neighborhood madman bastard screaming down wells and sounding like Sylvester Stallone had a bastard child with Kurt Cobain. The one, the only, Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill.
Oh, Petey. Thank you, Petey. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you.
It's always my pleasure. I mean, you don't have to put the lotion on the skin.
Of course. And I'm very glad to see that you are now a sponsor of Dove Body Lotion.
You know what the problem was, Petey? All these people had all this chappy skin, and me and Precious, we like to have it really, really smooth.
Rumor has it that they're going to come out with a remake of Silence of the Lambs. Would you be upset if Caitlyn Jenner got the role?
Caitlyn Jenner, I was doing this way before Bruce used to put the lotion on the skin and before I was getting the hose. And to me, I think it would be an injustice of fine cinema quality entertainment to not invite me back. And you're going to put the lotion in the goddamn basket, Brady.
Well, Caitlyn doesn't use lotion, obviously. He is 62 years old, and I believe that your appearance and your acting skills probably are way superior than hers. Do you think that if you went public like Caitlyn Jenner did now, and you had her type of money, do you think that you would have just gotten the operation, or do you prefer to skin size 14 women?
Mister, my family will pay cash. Whatever ransom you're asking for, they'll pay it.
Oh, you know, Petey, I don't know if you remember correctly, but I used to tuck it underneath the legs, and, I would fuck me, and I would fuck me hard, and I would still fuck me hard. The thing is, with Bruce, I think that it was a little bit easier for him, because he's got that TV show, and he's already got the other degenerates of his family on there, and I think it was just easier for him to come out of the closet and do that, but for me, I like to skin him like a Cherokee Indian, Petey.
I know, I've seen your wigs and they are phenomenal. You should really start selling them.
Oh, it's amazing. Sometimes I like to put them on and... you know, Petey?
Oh, yes, and Goodbye Horses is your favorite song, right?
It's an amazing song. I mean, just the way that you can really get into the song and release your inner ambitions, Petey.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I also heard that you have upgraded from a regular garden hose to a fire hose to keep women in check now. Is that a rumor or is that true?
Well, there is a little bit of truth behind that story, Petey, because I used to say, you put the lotion on the skin or you get the hose. And it didn't seem like anybody took me seriously because I never really took the time to get the hose. So I decided to change it to a thicker gauge and go with the fire hose. So now it's more, it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the fire hose.
Fantastic. The fire hose has to work better. I truly believe it must intimidate women.
It intimidates women very much, Petey. Precious, come over here, Precious. Oh, God, Petey, come on, give me the hose, Petey. Look at this dog, it's so cute.
It is definitely a beautiful poodle.
I'm so excited to be here right now. I mean, Goodbye Horses, I'd fuck me, Oh, Precious. You need to look at this little trick that Precious does.
Holy smokes, I didn't even know a dog could do that.
I'm telling you, Petey, sometimes you gotta put the lotion in the basket. Like, put the fucking lotion in the basket, you know what I mean? Goodbye Horses, Petey. I gotta get back into the well right now and use my skimmer.
Well, thank you very much, Buffalo Bill, and you have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Petey. Thank you. Wow, Petey, that interview, had us cracking up while we were listening to it, coming back now from that interview. What was going on with that dog? What did he show you when he opened that fucking...
We're going to have to leave that to imagination because words cannot do it justice what I saw that dog do.
David, he was so calm with it, too. He's like, wow, I never knew dogs could do that, he said,
They're remarkable animals. They really are.
They really are, especially different size ones and stuff. So that was the Reverend's first good friend, the Great Dane.
What a sinner, this Buffalo Bill.
Shoot to hell, right, Reverend?
It's we're running a little bit low on time here, Petey. But what you're trying to show us right now, in a little bit of comparison, are you trying to compare Caitlyn Jenner with Buffalo Bill?
Yeah, in a way, I am. I want to see, in one single generation how the greatest psychological thriller of its time that broke every social boundary imaginable, was considered insane and perverse, could flip-flop and now be considered TMZ material.
He's got it. OJ, what do you think about this? Do you believe what he did with the dog?
I couldn't, but I thought that was Gay Bane I was listening to. That was incredible to me. I couldn't get over the voice. And all the spanking and ass whooping in the background. Who was getting their ass whooped?
Who was getting their ass whooped, Petey? Who else was?
That was a wet whooping.
No, that was the senator's daughter, Catherine.
Oh, the girl in the well. That's right.
Right.
I see where you're going.
Getting her ass beat.
What was that, David?
It's been 25 years. That bitch is still down the well?
She's still down there. Nobody wanted to swim.
She's 60? That skin hanging off by now? Skinner.
She's not even worth saving at this point.
Actually, if you
put her skin on it, she looks like a grandmother.
You look at her now, she looks a lot better than she did 25 years ago, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, there you go. The 80s were kind to her. Well, Petey, we want to thank you so much for coming by and giving us this little, I just see what you're doing here. If we compare them, there is a little bit of similarities and what was different back then versus now and stuff, but we're running a little bit low on time. I know that you had written The American Prostitution for us. Would you like to read that for us?
Sure thing there, Nintendo. The American prostitution is like society needs an enema to cleanse itself from the eradication of morality, the cloning of the American mind through psychiatry, counterculture, and education. Most Americans have no idea how or why the traditional values of this country since its beginning suddenly within the time frame of 30 years became delegitimized in the eyes of the policymakers, the media, the young, and the law, to the point where people who still believe in them are held up to ridicule, heaped with contempt, and even accused of being un-American. How in a single generation did the culture change from a character-directed focus revolving around restraint, integrity, and self-sacrifice to a peer-oriented, self-obsessed society preoccupied with external youth, sexual exploitation, and immediate self-gratification? That is the American prostitution.
That's actually pretty powerful right there.
Those are my favorite things.
Dave, you gave me the cold chills on that one. I mean, I was still trying to recover from, the girl in the well that now is the old lady that nobody gives a fuck about. You know what I mean? But
I agreed with everything, but I still like self-gratification. So
self-gratification.
That boomer?
Right, is that boomer coming back to haunt us? Well, I mean, Pete, thank you for leaving us with The American Prostitution. I mean, it's a really fine example of, one way to look at it, pretty much. So, I want to thank you guys for coming out here, especially David Harris. We're running a little bit low on time. Dave, thank you so much for coming by. I want everybody to go onto YouTube and check out Dave's videos, and also they can follow you on Twitter. What's your handle again on Twitter?
My handle on Twitter is @JustADirtyCreep.
Beautiful. It sounds very safe and inviting. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's a family-friendly Twitter account.
It's a family-friendly. It's the one they generated for you when you signed up,
Check out my segment, Satanism Today, on the 9 Cents Podcast, the number 9centspodcast.com. Once a month I do that. And buy my porn.
That's awesome.
.com/72313.
Beautiful.
Clips for sale.
72313.
/72313.
There you go. I mean, we're going to be heading on. I mean, it's kind of weird. Hopefully, we don't have to see your Pichel cannon, right? Because that would be weird.
There may be one or two videos where my schmeckle makes an appearance.
Well, you know what? Then we'll just consider ourselves closer friends than we were before this episode started.
We'll just watch it on movie time later.
All right, guys. What do you guys say I fire up the cum dumpster and start heading out back into episode 3 as we hit the road again in the cum dumpster? What do you say?
I call piggyback.
All right, here we go.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Listen to the exhaust on that thing. It's almost like my mother complaining about her lazy boy. This is great. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. This has been episode 2 of season 4. Tune in next time when we come back with episode 3 and a brand new special guest, and the Reverend will have washed his hands. You're listening to The Man-Child Show. Come on, man, move over. Let's get out of here.
Man-Child.